People have powerful feelings about the traffic in Los Angeles. It says something that local officials warned motorists about a temporary roadwork closure on the 405 last year by calling it Carmageddon. Angelenos took the hint, and this weekend they're expected to steer clear of the latest 405 closure, named, of course, Carmageddon 2. That's how it is in L.A., a snarl of overstuffed freeways and commuters who keep their cool, except when they don't. KPCC's Stephen Cuevas has this profile of a punk rocker whose music expresses the insanity of L.A. traffic while extolling the virtues of public transit.
Couple of things you need to know about Eddie Solis. He lives in L.A., loves the band Kiss, and does not own a car.
Being someone who's from L.A., born and raised, and, having a few cars in my past, I saw the city much differently, through a different perspective, through the eyes of a bus rider.
Want to just go all the way to the back?
Line 18, Wilshire, Western Station.
Just steps from the front door of his home, across the street from a tortilla factory in LA's Boyle Heights neighborhood, Solis catches a bus that connects him with the city's subway and the commuter train he catches to his day job at an indie record label in Hollywood.
It just opened me up to little neighborhoods, galleries, clubs, bars, just everything. Just seeing what's out there, little pockets of the city.
Solis's journeys aboard LA buses and subway cars informs a lot of the material on The New Los Angeles Part 1, Through the Eyes of a Bus Rider, the latest release by the singer-guitarist band It's Casual. In Solis's vision of a new Los Angeles, people abandon their cars, climb aboard public transit, and rediscover their communities. One song extols the virtues of the LA County Metropolitan Transit Agency's Easy Pass and the urban underbelly it introduces to the rider.
And that's a nod and homage to, the people who know what you can even go cheaper and really beat the system and really steer away from spending money on gas and oil profits and all that. Is all it takes for me to witness racial tension, for me to witness illegal aliens. It's not to paint a negative picture, it's just my perspective of what is seen.
Easy pass.
This is a funny backstory.
Off the bus and back on the street, we make our way past a jazz saxophonist playing for pocket change and down a long escalator to catch a train.
So, where are we now?
We're at the Red Line station, the Pershing Square station in downtown LA.
And what's our destination?
We're going to go downstairs another tier, and in about 5 minutes we're going to get on the Red Line going northbound.
Okay, let's go.
The Metro Red Line snakes from North Hollywood to downtown Los Angeles. It's the train that inspired It's Casual's signature tune and spawned a viral internet video. It was partly filmed late at night on a moving train as it hurtles from station to station. Solis thrashes away on his guitar and barks the lyrics, which celebrate the Red Line and call out the congested freeways that coil around Los Angeles.
Okay, so, North Hollywood.
The 210, 605, the freeways are not so nice. The I-5, the 210, the freeways are not so nice.
The thread that comes out of the record that ties everyone together is just be alive, don't be a victim of having a car.
The 210, the 605, the freeways are not so nice. I-5, the I-10, the freeways are not so nice. The red line, the red line.
An MTA spokesman said he couldn't comment on Eddie Solis's furious pro-Metro message, but the Red Line video was a hit at the offices of Move LA.
Eddie's done a good job. Thank you, Eddie.
It's the public transportation advocacy group headed by former Santa Monica Mayor Denny Zane. He liked the juxtaposition of Solis blissfully riding LA public transit in one scene with scenes of the band raging against those notorious freeway jams.
Eddie is all frantic when he talks about highways and so mellow when he's grooving on a skateboard and on the bus and on the Red Line. There's a metaphor for the transformation, from the, oh my God, I just got to get out of the traffic, to, hey, this is cool. I can mellow out.
Or you can blast the tune like Too Many People as you claw your way across Los Angeles by car, bus, or skateboard.
Los Angeles! There's too many people! I want them to go away! Even though it means they're afraid!
Too Many People could also be a motto for It's Casual. Over the years, the band whittled itself down to a power duo of Solis and a rotating cast of drummers. So you may think the burly, bearded punk rocker just can't get along with freeways, with people, or his native L.A. Not true.
I love it. I love everything about it. I've traveled throughout the U.S. many times, and I could never look forward enough to coming back. The weather, the different cultures, the landscape. I was just like, you know what? Now I know everyone moves to L.A.
Solis will bring the love and the volume during a Red Line mini tour next month. It's Casual will play a different venue within walking distance of several Red Line metro stops from Union Station to West Hollywood. For the California Report, I'm Stephen Cuevas.
That's the California Report, a production of KQED Public Radio in San Francisco. Our director this week is Nina Thorson. Sil Muller is our technical producer. We had additional engineering from Danny Bringer and Howard Gelman. Thanks to Hank Hadley at KCBX. Our online team includes Lisa Pickoff-White, David Marks, and Don Clyde. Our interns are Catherine Borgeson and Rachel Johnson. Tyke Hendricks is our elections editor with production help from Tina Lauerberg. We had editing support from Paul Rogers. Victoria Malione is our associate senior producer. Ingrid Becker is our senior producer. The news director is Bruce Kuhn. I'm Rachel Myro. Thanks for listening and have a great weekend. This is the California Report.
Funds for the California Report are provided by the James Irvine Foundation, expanding opportunity for the people of California and supporting the California Report since its premiere in 1995. And the California Endowment. Health happens in schools at calendow.org. And Chevron, investing in renewables, strengthening communities, and creating jobs. More information at chevron.com.
The 210, the 605, the freeways are not so nice. The I-5, the 210, the freeways are not so nice. The 101, the 405, the freeways are not so nice. The I-5, the I-10, the freeways are not so nice. The 210, the 605, the freeways are not so nice. I-5, the I-10, the freeways are not so nice. The red line, 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 the red line. The 210, the 605, the freeways are not so nice. The I-5, the I-10, the freeways are not so nice. The 101, the 405, the freeways are not so nice. The 605, the 101, the 101, the 101, the I-10, the 210, the 605, the 101, the 405, the I-10, the freeways are not so nice. The red line, 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 the red line.
Welcome to the 86th episode of Los Angeles Nista. I'm the producer and host, Edward Solis, and this is a Olvera Street episode in downtown Los Angeles with my in-studio guest, Adriana Michelle Davalos.
Yes, Adriana Michelle
And
Davos.
you're Miss Los Angeles Latina 2013.
Correct.
And you know what? I never knew there was a Miss Los Angeles Latina 2013 until about a year ago.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you to give some insight to our listeners. What are the components that go into becoming that title holder?
Well, I'm with the largest organization for Latinas, a pageant organization in the country, and it's called the Miss California Latina Organization.
Yeah.
And so the goal is to become involved with the organization. You have to be accepted. You go through a series of interviews. They are really looking for Latinos who are proud of where they come from, who are really involved with their community, serving the community, and also either pursuing a career or going to school. So I was accepted into the organization last year in 2012.
Well done.
Thank you. And I was Miss Studio City Latina 2012.
Yeah, at the end of last year, right?
Yeah. Well, all of last for
All
2012,
last year, yeah.
And then I competed for state Miss California Latina in last November, and then I just competed again representing the city of LA this year because I decided to run again, and I made top 10 for state.
Congrats. Well done.
Thank you.
You know, I wanted to ask you, you were originally from the Bay Area.
Correct.
San Jose, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of contrast here in the Los Angeles area. You know, when you had the title for Miss Studio City, what did you think of that city? Like what was your experience and how did all the components of that city, the environment, you know, what it had to offer resonate with you? Were you a big fan of that city?
Well, I love the Valley. I love LA. I love SoCal. I really love the Valley. I lived in Studio City for about 3 years, and I actually just moved. Now I live in North Hollywood. So Studio City definitely has a little part of my heart. I lived on Ventura and Vineland. I love the culture. Everybody's out and about, walking their dogs, out, eating at a restaurant
There's
or
a lot
shopping.
of sidewalk walking culture there, huh?
Yes, a lot of people also hike. There's hikes nearby, like mountains that you can hike up. So there's a lot of people walking like their dogs, like you said, sidewalk culture.
Right.
And then they are going towards like a hike or somewhere like near a hill or a mountain. I think it's really awesome.
That's great. It seems like, for people in that area of Los Angeles, they could, figure out a way how to, keep their exercise routine up.
Yeah.
Instead of maybe like trying to drive to Griffith Park,
right,
in traffic. There are places in that area that you can utilize.
Right, absolutely.
Right. Was there ever a favorite store that you would like to shop, like clothing or a restaurant in that area?
Let's see. Well, I love Studio City, but to go shopping, I love to go down here in downtown. It's called Brigade Los Angeles. So it's a beautiful boutique, great brands. Actually, they decided to sponsor me this year.
Fantastic. And it's called Brigade Los Angeles?
Brigade Los Angeles.
And it's an actual boutique store?
Yes, right on 7th and Grand.
Now, it's one location?
Yes, one location.
7th and Grand. And do they, what they sell, is it their own line or they do both? Like used, vintage, and...
Well, it's not really vintage. They carry a lot of no-name brands. For instance, like Jeffrey Campbell's.
Okay.
I got some really great Jeffrey Campbell wedge shoes that I just love, and I've worn to different red carpet events. So I attend a lot of different events, especially red carpet. So it's always important to me to kind of look my best and represent my culture and also my city. So Brigade really helps me with that area. So
they're truly reinforcing you, like you partnered with them and they're reinforcing you to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. Just being able to represent the store, but also the city. I really need to represent Los Angeles the best that I can.
Exactly. Now, tell me, being Latina, coming from the San Jose area and diving into Los Angeles culture and finding out about Olvera Street.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Tell me the first experience at Olvera Street. Tell me what brought you there, how it really mesmerized you, and what you like about it.
Well, I was first introduced to Olvera this year during the summer, and I love downtown Los Angeles, but I never knew about Olvera. So when I discovered, it was actually during the Mexican independence.
So September, right?
Yeah,
Last
September.
year.
And there were a lot of vendors. There was actually kind of like a festival, different vendors around about. I'm sharing the products, their brands, which I love, being able to discover new brands and products. So everything was very beautiful and lively and cultural. And the actual street, very, very authentic, Hispanic, authentic culture. The food, the stores, everything about it just mesmerized me.
Yeah, the history is pretty phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a lot of people are not aware, but that is where the first, original Chinatown in Los Angeles was.
I was not aware
Yeah,
of that.
it's right there on Olvera Street.
Wow.
Or in the Olvera Street, the El Pueblo, what they call it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now, if you look by the old firehouse station, Firehouse Number 1, it appears that there is actually a Chinese American museum that was installed there. And when I asked them why, and that's the answer I got, because that's where the original Chinatown was. So that's an interesting fun fact, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as, facts, just total facts, fun facts, and learning.
Absolutely.
It's so vibrant, I believe that a lot of people need to experience it, especially by taking the Gold Line, because it's right across the street from Union Station on Alameda. People could take the Gold Line from East Los Angeles, and it's 18 minutes, and it drops you off right across the street. Or you could take the Red Line from the North Hollywood station to downtown, to Union Station, and experience it car-free, which is very green and very pro. I think it represents more pros than cons because people save money. You see the city from a different perspective. You connect with it.
Right.
And you're not so worried about time frames with your car parked and paying money. Kind of you're not binded. But there is an interesting gallery that it's an underground gallery.
Really?
Yeah, the entrance is street level, but it's an underground gallery in Olvera Street.
Interesting.
And they always have showings there. One thing that's interesting also is the Day of the Dead Fest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I missed it this year, and I really wanted to come down, especially during that weekend, because I knew it was going to be so lively. Were you able to experience it?
I was. Los Angeles is so rich in Latino culture.
Absolutely.
And in addition to that, we have so many different places to go for Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
And, they had a huge festival in Boyle Heights, at Mariachi Square Plaza, Grand Park. There was one, I want to say somewhere else. I can't quite think of it, but Olvera Street had a huge celebration with the Aztec dancers and all the made up, face painting and just so festive.
Right.
Tell me, where else in downtown do you like to attach yourself to and spend time? Is there anything else that you like about the city?
I love the LA Live area.
Of course.
I mean, it is so lively when there's a basketball game or there's a concert going on. There's so many restaurants to experience, and you just happen to meet so many different people along the way when you're experiencing that area. So that's always a lot of fun.
Now, I got to tell you, being from here, born and raised Los Angeles, you would have to go, drive to the Forum by LAX. You'd have to drive to South Central to the sports arena or out to Anaheim or Long Beach to go see concerts and sporting events. But now, to be completely honest with you, it feels more like a city more than ever because of LA Live. I mean, it's very, the way they installed it, and there's just something there for everybody. 3 venues. On any given night, you have a Laker game at the Staples Center. You have the Conga Room going. You have a concert at Club Nokia.
Yeah.
And an even bigger concert at Nokia Theater.
Yeah.
And all that's happening, and
all at the same time.
Yeah, and and that's not including all the restaurant activity and the fun bar activity, and then all the other festive venues right along Figueroa and Flower, and just with public transportation. I mean, you could take the Blue Line from 7th and Metro, or I'm sorry, the Red Line from Union Station through 3 stops to 7th and Metro, and you pop up right in front of Staples Center. I mean, car free. No money.
No hassle.
No hassle. And you're just, again, you have this very unbinded feeling.
Right. Freedom.
As far as not wasting time.
Yeah.
And just getting out there and going where you want to go.
Yeah.
One thing I think is interesting is that how, you won't relate to this because in the 80s and 90s, downtown at 6 o'clock when the businesses closed, I mean, it was really a bad area.
Wow.
And it was really just, a lot different. There was a 2-decade, I I call it like a bankruptcy. Because it was very unfriendly. A lot of people living, a lifestyle in drugs and so forth would come out and like just start taking over the streets. It was really, really, really interesting how a huge city like us didn't have a really reinforced infrastructure for a nightlife.
Right.
And present day,
now
you would never think. I mean, you could walk down the street and see a woman walking her dogs at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
On Olive.
And Spring Street, too.
Spring Street, yeah.
Spring Street is great. Even I've noticed that even at 11 o'clock at night, people are out walking their dogs.
Weeknights, spring night, summer night. And it's like, a woman by herself with 2 dogs. It's not a big deal. I mean, everything is so, right now, everything is so healthy. I think the enthusiasm, the inspiration, the positivity that's looming over downtown Los Angeles for politics, for existing independent businesses, even major chain businesses moving in, as well as the social hubs that bring people together like Farmers Market.
Yes.
There's one downtown.
Farmers Market. 7th and Figueroa?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love 7th and Figueroa.
Yeah. And it's every Sunday morning, 9 to 2. And there's just so many different vendors. And, there's something for everybody.
Yeah, there is.
And it's like a pop-up, that's what it is. It pops up and it's gone.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, on to the next thing. And then there's always something to do. You have the last bookstore as well. I got to ask you, where do you stand on sports? Are you a basketball fan?
Well, I grew up playing basketball.
Really?
Yes. So growing up, I grew up a tomboy. That was where I got my confidence. That was growing up, that was the only thing I was confident in because I was such a tomboy. I would get made fun of, but when it came to, playing ball, like, let's play. Like, so I played since I was in 3rd grade all the way to a senior in high school. And I have a hard time following sports now because I'm so busy.
Right.
But for when I need a stress reliever, I go to LA Fitness and I go pick up a basketball and I just play.
Good for you. So that's your sport. You grew up playing basketball.
Yeah.
What position?
Point guard.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I was quick. I used to be really quick. And my dad had a big, he was very involved with my life playing basketball. Always encouraging. He always coached a lot of my teams. I played on many different teams, traveling teams, different leagues, and he was always involved. So I'm very grateful that he was there to support my brother and I.
So that leads me to my next question. Lakers or Clippers or both? Come on, LA girl.
I honestly, I have to say both. I've had the privilege.
I'm the same.
I've had the privilege to meet a lot of the players from both teams, and I just think they both bring, they both make LA.
Absolutely.
They're both equally great teams, great players, and I just think they both really make LA what it is when it comes to sports.
Fantastic. And what about Dodgers? You
well,
follow
I don't
baseball
have
at all?
I don't have a set baseball team, and it's hard because growing up I used to watch sports with my dad, and my dad still lives in the Bay Area, so that kind of hobby that we had together kind of got
bond.
Yeah, that bond is no longer there since I don't have sports to watch him with. I know there's a lot of different people in LA who watch sports, but it's just tough for me because I had that bond with my dad and I don't have that here. Yeah, so I just try to follow sports, when I see it in the news, and I try to keep up when big things are happening.
So is there any type of I don't want to say pressure, but having the title that you have, I mean, obviously it brings the best out of you.
Right.
It's super positive, and it raises, it elevates you to that title, and you create your world with it, and you go through these new doors that open.
Yeah.
Has it been one of the best experiences in your life so far?
Absolutely. And the best thing about it is that when you hold a city title, you run your own campaigns for the entire year. So I've been in charge of my entire year, and you really have to make it what you want to make out of it, what you want to create. So I got really, really creative, and I had one amazing year. I've been able to work with the Lakers. I've been able to have appearances with Miss Universe 2013, Miss America 2013, Miss USA 2013. I've had so many... made so many different relationships with different organizations and different businesses like United Way of Greater LA. They're one of the biggest organizations, nonprofits in the nation. And this year we had Home Walk 2013. We raised funds for homeless supportive programs. And we raised $1 million, and Kobe Bryant was our honorary chair. So I had the most amazing year just being able to make a difference and build strong relationships within the community.
That's fantastic. Well, with that being said, thank you for being my guest on the 86th episode of Los Angeles Nista.
Thank you.
I hope everyone listens and gets inspired to take the goal line to Olvera Street.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.